So this is what I always tell my clients is as you fill your calendar each day, you have to look at what are your goals, which is your long term, because otherwise you're just at the whim of whatever happens to show up on your calendar. Talk a little bit about how that has worked for you in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of carving out time for long-term activities and really understanding how we fit them into our calendars, I am a big believer in what I call being directionally correct.
Yes, that's the word
Um,
we use.
we uh, I live in Manhattan, and I live in the financial district, which is the southernmost part of Manhattan. And I will often take long walks and wander. And it doesn't it doesn't really matter that much where I go, because I know that as long as I am heading north, I will I'll Soho, Midtown, wherever, it'll come. I'm not too worried about which street or cutting over at a certain point. I know that as long as I'm not stressing out too much, as long
Mhm.
as I keep heading north, I will get where I need to go. And similarly, in our professional lives, it is useful to set big picture goals for ourselves. But the trick is it can't be too many. So I've written about this before in some of my work. I have a policy that I try not to have more than three overarching goals at any given time, typically two professional and one personal. And the reason for that is that, of course, our days are going to get filled with
Mm.
meetings and obligations and particular projects. Those almost take care of programming themselves, because you have somebody shooting you and, oh, let's follow up about this, let's do that. You of course need to be responsible about fulfilling the obligations, but that's going to come to you. You don't have to exert a lot of mental effort or energy to get that done, because it's going to get on your calendar. The aspects of your professional life that do involve a lot of conscious energy and attention is fulfilling these important but not urgent goals. And so having that as our north star that we're working toward enables us in small ways to do pieces of it every day. Obviously, for the latter half of 2021, one of my big goals has been promoting the long game.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily that I have a meticulous plan every single day mapped out for how I am promoting the long game. But I know that I need to be focused in different ways on moving that ball forward. And if I go even a handful of days and I am not doing anything to move the ball forward, that actually is a big problem.
Mm.
It doesn't necessarily dictate a specific task at a specific time, but I need to be doing something to advance things. And so, today, as we're speaking, I mean, I'm coming right up on the launch, but in between responding to messages that are coming to
Yeah.
my inbox, I am proactively making an effort to send my own messages, which are reminders to people who have promised to promote the book, because I know that the goals that are important to us are not necessarily as important to other people. And so we have to be the driving force. We have to be the one looking to the horizon and saying, okay, I am going to move this to the fore. And every day I'm going to be doing something or a few things to continue to advance that agenda.
Yeah, that's great. When I first met you, you said to me, you should be doing X, which was a long-term thing. And my response was, yes, as soon as I finish all these other things on my desk, sort of clear the decks, I'll be happy to get to X. And you said, well, in your whatever your kind way was, you might want to rethink that and get on with it. So practicing what you were preaching for sure. So this is what I always tell my